What's going on, everyone? Alliance Orc here, and welcome back to another YouTube video. And in this video, we are going to be taking a trip in time because the Grim Batol, after like 8 years, is finally relevant once again. Bear with the lag, I literally just started up my whole computer, so everything's still trying to wake up. But yeah, for those that don't know, this is one of the dungeons that has been confirmed for the next season of Keystones, and I am going to be putting together a very documented video about what you need to watch out for, yada yada. So this dungeon, I'm going to say it right now, you're going to want someone with hard crowd control for Umbrus. And honestly, I feel like Death Knights are going to excel in this dungeon because it features a ton of magic damage throughout the trash. But the trash itself is also a question of interest because, for those that don't know, in Grim Batol, you can actually use these drakes that are netted to more or less relegate all of the trash. But everything up to the drakes uses magic damage, so therefore Death Knights are probably going to excel here just because of that fact. Because Death Knights are kings at mitigating magic. But if the drakes are usable, you can basically skip so much trash. And any of the trash that you don't get will more or less be at like 10%. So in terms of trash, that's basically all you have to really worry about for this dungeon, because like I said, it runs very uniquely in that aspect, because anyone who's ran it before will know that you basically kill all of the trash with those drakes, meaning that the boss fights are back to back to back to back. Speaking of, we have General Umbrus here. Now, the things you need to know about General Umbrus are very simple. One, we got a bugged out enslaved rocket elemental. Cool. Whatever. But General Umbrus has an ability called Blitz. What Blitz will do is it will cause him to choose a random target that is ranged 90% of the time. And once he chooses that target, he will then run to you and then do a knock-up effect. Once he has fixated on your position, all you have to do is move. Easy mechanic to deal with. Now, what this boss has that will kill you is the ads. So as a tank, you are not to touch the Malignant Trog. And I'm going to show you why right here. Kill the Malignant Trog, and everything that explosion hits does 100% increased damage. And that was Blitz right there. So, as a tank, if you are picking up that Malignant Trog, you are already doing the dungeon wrong. Because everything's going to be slapping you around, your healer's going to hate you. It's going to be a bad time for everyone. And like I said, there's the Blitz again. So the key to this is you basically want to hard CC the Malignant Trog, or have someone else pick it up, because that way when it blows up it's not going to buff anything. But that's essentially what you have to watch out for here. Now for Forge Master Throngus. One of the great things about Throngus is you have this entire middle section as your room to fight him. So essentially you just want to let the boss pat, pull the trash over to the door and kill it over there, and essentially you want to give yourself as much room as you can. If you want to just be that overkill and give yourself the whole room in order to do it right, when you get to about here, you can hide up here for the boss to pass by without aggroing. But like I said, you have this entire center ring for Forge Master Throngus. Now, Throngis has a few abilities that you need to be aware of. And I actually just... What the heck was that? Are you serious right now? I wasn't even targeting him. Oh my god. Okay, well, bear with me. That literally was so stupid. So the boss is going to do an ability called Cave In, which after he does a stomp, is going to create a ground ripple effect on the ground. I really wish I could show you guys, but homeboy just dropped dead for no reason. Didn't even do that on purpose. I wasn't even targeting him. But the ability you have to worry about is pick weapon. So he's going to have a shield. And this shield is just going to shoot fire out of it. Like fire comes out of the shield in the direction he's facing. He's going to hold it up like this. And basically all you have to do is go behind him, because it not only does it deflect all attacks from the front, it also is going to kill you if you stand in front of it. Personally put. Which is the, see, flaming 60-degree cone of fire. Oh, I actually didn't know about the flaming arrow. Well, that's something I learned. And then he basically has the sword, the dual swords, which really is just something you've got to worry about dealing with. And disorienting roar, which will decrease your attack speed. There's nothing you can really do about this mechanic. It's just there. But what the tanks need to worry about is the mace ability, because when Throngis has his mace equipped, he will become slow. He will also create lava on the floor. But while he is encumbered, he is hitting 200% harder. So on that note, you essentially just want to kite Throngis as a tank and just don't let him reach you. And like I said, you're basically going to have to kill all the trash in there anyways. So take as much room as you need for Forge Master Throngis. Again, I apologize for not being able to showcase his abilities. I don't even know how that happened. I don't even know what ability that was that one-shot him. But like I said, I'm very sorry about that. Also, at the time of recording this, at the time this video goes up, I will already be in the other dungeons for the mythic keystones, making guides for those that are going up immediately as well. Now, quick thing about the worm caller. He cannot be killed by the dragons. The worm caller is immune. Also, as soon as you pull him, he will call Twilight Drake every time, which will come in from the sky just like that. As a tank, it is your job to pick that dragon up. But this right here, this is the boss that you're going to want to save heroism for. You're going to want to use your pots on this boss. So I'm going to come right out and say it. I do not know if I'm going to be able to showcase the Valiona phase. This is just what happens when the fight is over 10 years old. I'm going to try my best to. But if I don't, then here's basically the Draga Shadowburner fight. So it's a 2-phase fight. Okay, good. Good, we can showcase it. Nice. Okay, so when you get him down to X%, Valiona is going to join the battle. Like I said, this is the fight you want to pop heroism on, because this is the fight that's going to wipe you more than anything else. So during this part of the fight, he will summon an Invocation of Flames, which is an ad that can be rooted, can be stunned, can be CC'd. The ad fixates towards you, and if it gets to you, you blow up, just like that. Meanwhile, Draga is casting Chaos Bolts willy-nilly, and on top of that, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, I'm waiting for it, where is it? I know you got it, Valiona. So essentially, as well, Valiona will target a random party member. You cannot control which way she faces when she does this. But she will target a random party member and do a frontal cone dragon breath. Like I said, the tank can't control this. You have to avoid it. But this is the fight that will wipe you more than any other in this dungeon. Which is why I've been like kind of drawn to make this video, because, you know, and as you see, there's one more worm caller right here. Also, while you're on the dragons, you can snipe these 4 as well. Like, these 4 are 100% killable. Don't know where you came from, but cool. But once you get past Valiona and Draga, you will be at Yurdax, Duke of Shadow, or Duke of Below, my bad. So, this boss has a few mechanics you have to be aware of. There's one I gotta think of right now, and that is Enfeebling Blow. This is a huge knockback that he does to the tank. It pushes you back. There's not really much you can do about it. Just take it to the chin like a man, pop a defensive. But this boss has a few other abilities that you need to be aware of. And also, well, we'll just cover that as it happens. So he also does Binding Shadows, which is, I believe, if I'm right, is very avoidable. Also, I feel like this boss would suck with the erupting affix. Alright, so that was the Enfeebling Blow. And as you can see, you take 200% increased damage for a short amount of time, so you want to pop a defensive. Now, Shadow Gale. You see how this area is swirling right around me? When he does Shadow Gale, this is the only safe spot to stand. If you stand anywhere else, you will take massive damage from that. And after every Shadow Gale, he will spawn an ad, which will basically, you know what? The next ad, we're going to let reach the eggs, and we're going to show you exactly what the ad does. So I think because I'm by myself, he's not going to do the Binding Shadows, but essentially it's just a root. I believe it's dispellable as well. But like I said, once I show you what happens when the ad reaches the eggs, we'll go ahead and wrap this video up. How's that sound? But like I said, by the time this video goes up, I will already probably be in the Necrotic Wake making the next video, because that's next on my list. Followed by the Mists of Tyrannus Scythe, wrapping up with Siege of Borealis. Alright, but let's go ahead and just show you what happens when a Faceless Corruptor reaches the eggs. Now, the Faceless Corruptors can be slowed. They can be rooted. I don't know if they can be rooted. They can't be feared. And I believe they can be stunned. Alright, so he's channeling his Twilight Corruption, and he gets a shield on him. Once he has that shield, he will then start healing the boss, and he will join the fight. As well, oh wow, see, I'm learning stuff, because normally the ad never reaches the egg. But that's essentially everything you need to know in order to survive Grim Batol. Like I said, I apologize again that I was not able to showcase Throngus. I don't even know what that was, because I had no intention of targeting him at all at that point. That just happened. But if you guys did enjoy, make sure to subscribe, because I do upload daily, as well as sometimes more than once like I'm doing today. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time.